All right, y'all. So we are out here with Mr.
Lionel
Introduce
Walker.
yourself.
My name is Lionel Walker, board president of the Middle Georgia Association of Realtors. I'm running for Region 9 director for Georgia Association of Realtors.
All right. So, Mr. Lionel, can you tell me exactly what your position entails in terms of what you're running for and how you're going to make a difference?
Region director is usually akin it to like a region director in a retail operation. You're kind of a liaison between local boards and the GR.
Gotcha.
So if communication needs to be communicated through, I'm just that middleman to kind of communicate it.
So, with being the middleman, what differences can you make in terms of that position to maybe make it more effective?
I tend to have a bright outlook on things, and so that's why focusing on a brighter future. And as a liaison, and I guess in my view, what I would bring to the table would be not really new ideas, just depending on what comes up because it's stuff daily. Like now we're going through the settlements with NAR, so you have that. Then you have the affordable housing crisis. But with this industry, it changes day to day. So just depending on what comes up that day, like you have a strategic plan that you have to follow, but there may be some things that change that strategic plan as it happens. So I feel like I can bring something to the table on that end.
Okay, so let's go ahead and address the monkey in the room. So I served on a lot of boards. I served on the Georgia Association of Realtors. I served on Neymar's board as a former board director. I served on the Women's Council of Realtors as the first vice president and membership director. And one of the things that I've seen is that we'll pit people in certain positions, but are they really being a good representation in terms of what they need to get done?
Right.
And when I look at that, I see more and so inclusion.
Right.
I know that some people like you who are sitting in these powerful positions, what are you going to do to help bring up other realtors who might want to get in the position soon too?
See, actually, it's kind of funny you say that because about 2 years ago, we started an idea committee here, Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Action Committee. The first year it was in, I vice chaired it. I chaired it in 2021. So I feel like I'm part of that inclusion because, to be honest, I felt like I didn't have a voice in the room when I first started.
Like that too.
Yeah, like I didn't have a voice because I didn't see me, kind of in those places or whatever. So,
And I got a question. Do you think that since you didn't see yourself in all positions, is that by design, or do you think it's just because, and I'll just say what it is, that some African American realtors just don't see the value in doing what you do?
and like I have a servant's heart. There is no value. You don't get. This is not a paid position. You get paid to sell and sell houses. All this is like voluntary, and so you have to have a passion for it in order to be able to put time into it and to come to a conference for a week and not work
Pay for all
and
those
pay for you got to
expenses.
pay the hotel, you got to pay your flights, you got to pay food, all this is out of
You
pocket.
look good doing
I
it.
appreciate
You
it.
look damn. You do.
But yeah, like that part of it, I can understand if it's the money thing for you. I mean, you do that part, but this side of it to me, it brings me, it fills my heart more to be able to connect with the members and then take that back to communities because there's a lot of stuff that we do as a board that the normal community, they really don't know. They just think we buy and sell houses. So that's why we get a bad name sometimes. So I kind of want to be that liaison between GAR and local boards, and then local boards and their communities. So that's what I feel like my purpose is. I know it sounds weird because I'm not like, yeah, I'm selling houses, and then too, like, I'm not like $1 million producer or $1 million lister. So that in my head too had me like, am I supposed to be here? But that's not a prerequisite to run and to, you serve your community. So
I'm going to be honest with you too. So when I was sitting on these boards, I got a lot of heat. First off, and I was just talking to the young gentleman over there when we had our interview. He's YPN chair for Augusta. And I had a lot of pushback. I felt like when I was trying to run for some positions, I was getting pushed back. Like some people felt like, hey, you need to do it longer or you need to put more time into it or whatever. But I served on so many boards. I did so much. And I think that sometimes, look,
Yeah.
and that's all volunteer.
Yeah, and this is all volunteer, but this is the resume that it took for me to understand that I can do this. And I'm gonna tell you, like, I hate to jump subjects, but like I've never been, and I tell it, and it's in my thing. Like I've never been put in a position to where I didn't have the tools I needed to succeed, whether I thought I did or not. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's for me is gonna be for me. Like, and then I always say, like, God, he qualifies the one he's called. He doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the ones he calls. So like, I just felt like I've never volunteered, to be in a position. It's always somebody that saw something in me that gave me that, like, hey, I think you can do this. Try this out, and here I am. I
So I'm gonna
never
be
thought
honest.
it.
A lot of people get tapped. A lot of people say, "Hey, I see potential in you," and I think, "Hey, you can go far, whatever you're trying to do
Right.
within this organization," which is normal. A lot
Yeah.
of people get tapped, especially from elders who
Right.
have been in this industry
And that's
for a
it.
while.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's me.
So for me, it was just more so I'm going for certain positions. I didn't have support from other people that I thought would have gave me support.
Gotcha.
And I think that some people, when they're sitting in these positions, and some of them, like you said, they might not be top producers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, sometimes it's like, okay, you're sitting in a position that has a powerful position that can make change. But first off, you're not selling houses, so
Right.
that's one thing for me. And then secondly, you're gatekeeping.
Right.
It's like, okay, you might think I got potential, but I don't know if I want you to really do it because I don't want you to be in this position because I'm here.
Because I'm here, right?
And I just want to make sure that you're not on this.
That at
That you're
all.
actually inclusive.
I'm inclusive. I'm looking for anybody I can bring if I see it can, and it's really anybody. Like I don't see colors. I don't see ethnicity. I don't see religions, political backgrounds. I see a person and your work ethic,
Me
or
too.
a person and what you bring to the table, or a person and how you treat other people. Sometimes because you might see somebody that'll be great in a position, but you see how they treat other people, so you're like, they're good, but I don't know if they could work well and make the board grow or the association grow. So it's a lot that you have to put to it. But at the same time, I'm not a gate. Like I'm looking to bring people
Look,
because
we
there's
talking
people.
about voting.
Yeah,
And I want the people to know why they should vote
yeah,
for you.
absolutely. Like
So-
I don't have it. I'm not coming in with, like I say, with an agenda. Um, I don't have a side. I don't. I'm a people
Doing
person.
it from the heart.
Yeah, from the heart. Like this is like I've written 7 speeches only because I'm gonna get up there Friday and it'll be totally different because it's got to come from the heart.
Yeah.
When I write it, it's like I'm writing it
the
down.
same way.
I'm writing it down. I'm going over it. I'm reading it. But when I get in front, it's got to come from the heart. Yeah, like I teleprompter. I can't. Yeah, that's too much. I just have to. Like now, I'm probably mumbling or stumbling because I just, them nerves will get you. I just start talking. But once I get rolling, you'll kind of understand.
Well, I do understand you.
Yeah.
So to wrap up from the conversation that we had, one is that you're inclusive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because a lot of realtors, we have questions. We're trying to make sure that, hey, the people that represent in these positions, are they going to do what they're supposed to do?
Are they going?
Because we're in the position with NAR where we thought we had representation, but
as you can see, yeah.
So I'm just making sure from a local standpoint and a state standpoint,
absolutely,
what can we do to make change? That's all.
Yeah, and the thing is now, like with like in our board, we got a lot of new agents coming in. So as they're coming in now, we're just trying to train them for the new normal because that's what we're in now. It's a new normal now. So it's like from here now is another baseline, and then whatever happens from here kind of happens. But as far as bringing in people to help, like that's a good time as they're coming in fresh. Because sometimes to me it's easier to add your profession to your board work as it is when you get successful and then try to put board work in it, because then I'm putting this not making money up against making money. So either you got to have a strong passion for it, or you just got to be like, I just want to do it.
And can I be honest with you?
Please.
And I only been in this industry for 4.5 years. And that was my journey. I came in, I didn't say nothing, I didn't know nobody, but I got my email saying, hey, get involved with your local board. I went to an event. And ever since then, it was a snowball effect.
I had a truck that I could take stuff to a luncheon. And I was like, yeah, I'll come pick up the tables or whatever. I'll take it. We had an auction, I think. And then after that, like I'm here now. Yeah. After that, it's like here now.
know. Once
And
you in,
then,
you in.
and they started at work, and I don't mind working. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's just me. You know, so I don't know. I just feel like I'm prepared for the job. If it doesn't seem like I have the experience I need now, I feel like I'm equipped with it, whether I know it or not. So that's the light I walk in.
So I'm going to be honest with you. And once again, as a recap, my perspective is with certain positions that people should be at least producing something.
Right.
But, or I was saying, because they're an exception to everything, they need to have the heart for it.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people, they get in these positions and they have their own agendas
It's
that's
a
not
title.
and not an agenda that's really okay here. I'm really gonna make a difference because even people here I'm interviewing, I want to make sure that hey, especially we're relaying this to the community of realtors,
Right.
like me and you.
Right.
Is this person gonna do the right thing? Because we need that more than ever.
I feel
We
like,
need it
I know.
then. We need it now.
Like I mean,
And
like where I am now is like I wouldn't have been in this place without a lot of people that kind of, you know, pushed me along or gave me advice or gave me tips. But again, that goes back to saying like after I got in a position, like I didn't get those tips until after I got there to know that, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah.
well, I appreciate you so much.
Thank
And
you.
look, you vote for my man.
Please do. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, yes.